Yeah, how you guys doing, man? Hoover186. And, yeah, man, we're going to talk about the Video Game Awards. I watched it last night. Pretty much, I watched a good portion of the show. I had to go to work, but, I still had the show on the phone on my way to work, and I even watched it a little bit before the end and stuff like that. So, I thought the show overall was good. Kind of dragged a little bit. I don't know how long the show was. It felt like it was 3 hours. It was a long show. But overall, I didn't really sense anything that was cringy or anything like that. Like in the past. But so I thought the show overall was a good show when it comes to awards. You know what I mean? It wasn't any of that phony bullshit where you have celebrities who clearly don't care about video games up there. Probably outside of Joe McHale. You didn't have that. You didn't have any of the cringiness that I thought plagued last year's show. You had yourself a good old fashioned award show, which is fine. It had some of the musical scores and stuff like that, which were they always do that, but that was obviously a good touch. Man, overall I thought the show was good. I didn't the one thing that I would say was disappointing was the world premieres. I didn't think there was anything that was like blow your socks off. At least for me. Outside of Mortal Kombat 11, everything else was just there for me when it comes to world premieres. Maybe I'll try some of these games out, but outside of MK11, nothing really, tickled my fancy, let's just say. Nothing really got me, to notice anything that was noteworthy. Some of the awards, you guys saw them. You had, Red Dead. I thought Red Dead was gonna run away with the whole goddamn award show. They were winning so many awards. I was actually surprised they didn't win Best Indie. The way that the show was going, like they won. Off the top of my head, I think they won Best Narrative. They won Best Character. I know they won. I'm sure they won a couple other awards. But I remember it really was the Red Dead Redemption show. At least that would have felt like to me. Now granted, I haven't played Red Dead, so I don't know. I really don't know how great the game is, to be honest with you. I'm interested in playing it, but then I see some of the mundane stuff that you have to do in it, and it kind of bored. It looks boring. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll see what happens in 2019. Like I said, like the premiere didn't really do much for me. The Mortal Kombat one did, and I'm not like, I like Mortal Kombat a lot. I think the last two games that they came out with were excellent. I got more into 10 than I did 11. No, 9 than I did 10. But both games are great fighting games, and I'm definitely gonna be buying Mortal Kombat 11. So at the end, the big award was Game of the Year, right? And it's funny. I wanted to do a video on this, but I just didn't really have the time to do it. Regarding what was my personal Game of the Year, I'll probably do a separate video on that. Probably next week or whatever. But of the 5 games, I think it was 5 games, right? 5 games chosen. I thought that Red Dead was gonna win. Like it had obviously the Metacritic score for Red Dead is the highest of the group. At least I believe it is. It's the highest of the group. Everyone, and it's the one game that it's the game that actually released the latest out of all of them. So. Obviously with Red Dead coming out, it kind of got, it got people talking about, games and stuff like that. It got people talking about that game. The game was very, obviously noteworthy. The biggest release this year, in my opinion. The game, from a lot of people's standpoint was their Game of the Year. But, a funny thing is that the winner ended up being God of War, which is not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise. I think if it wasn't for Red Dead, I think most people would have just assumed that God of War would have won. But with the way that Red Dead was being, pushed, people just assumed that God of War wasn't gonna win. It ended up winning, and well deserved. Congratulations to Santa Monica. Congratulations to Cory Barlog. They created a fantastic game. I'm still going through it right now, and I'll talk about that next week. But yeah, man, that was pretty much what the award show was. Now, some of the noteworthy stuff that came out, they did show. What did they show? There was something that they showed with Nintendo that I wanted to discuss. What did they show? They introduced a new character in Smash Bros. He's from Persona. I don't play Persona. I really don't even play Smash, so I really can't tell you nothing about that. But when it comes to Mortal Kombat, okay. Now I know what I was talking. Now I know what I was gonna say. Apparently, there's a Marvel game called, I think it was called Deadly Alliance or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but I do remember those games coming out during the PS2, Xbox 360 era. I do remember playing one of those games. I know something Alliance. I can't remember, but apparently they're making a third one, and it's gonna be exclusive for Switch, at least for right now. At least for now. You really don't know about the future, but them getting that game. Plus, they have a Mortal Kombat version a Mortal Kombat version coming to the Switch. And when it comes to the big three, I thought Nintendo was the biggest winner out of all three. They announced they obviously they have their Smash Bros. Game coming out. I believe it came out today. It actually came out either today or yesterday or whatever. I know a couple people in the world that already have the game. But between that, the Mortal Kombat announcement, and the exclusivity deal that they had with Marvel with this game. It's hard to deny that Nintendo was the big winner in all this, man. Like, of all three, they're the one that showed out the most. And that, and listen, I'm not a big Nintendo fan. Like, you guys know this, but at the end of the day, you gotta give the company props, man. Like, even though I don't like the Switch, I don't think the Switch is a good system. It already has a far more compelling library, at least when it comes to third party, than the Wii U ever had. The Wii U had some good first party games, but I thought, and I don't want to go rehash it, but I thought that the Wii U's life cycle was the weakest when it comes to pure game library, when it comes to their first party and third party. And while some of these games may not run the best, and listen, we all know that Mortal Kombat is going to be the lesser version of that game is going to be on the Switch. Regardless, the game's on there. There's no you can't shit on that. The game's going to be on the system. And like I said, it's good on Nintendo, man, because at the end of the day, they're giving their consumer base games. And to me, like, that can't be poo-pooed. You can't poo-poo that. You really can't. Like the whole Marvel Alliance thing. I think that's what it's called. I don't remember. But that whole game, like, I know there are some people who, if this was Sony who came up with that marketing, with that exclusivity deal, or Microsoft, people would be shitting on them and all that other stuff. But since it's Nintendo, no one's gonna say anything. And to be fair, like, I'm not saying anything about it, because at the end of the day, the thing about exclusives, regardless of whether they're first party, second party, or third party, it gives people an incentive to buy that console who normally wouldn't buy that console. You know what I mean? And that's just fact. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and it is what it is. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, that's really all I have to say. God of War winning was a bit of a surprise for me, even though the game is obviously great. What other stuff won? They did make a huge emphasis on esports this year, which I'm 50-50 on. A part of me understands why esports is a thing this year. Especially this year, it's a growing thing. And to be honest with you, when it comes to certain games, it can actually be fun to watch. Obviously, I've grown to really like watching, like stuff like Evo and there was a Tekken tournament not too long ago, the Tekken World Tour, which Which, you know, this stuff, it was really compelling stuff, man. And then, you know, obviously a few weeks ago I watched the GT Sports Grand GT Nation Finals or something like that. I watched that. You know, like, yeah, this, like, esports, it can be fun. You know what I mean? When you get to, like, stuff like League of Legends and Overwatch, I'm completely out for that. I don't care about those fucking games. But, you know, I can understand the esports stuff being a huge part of it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And I also understand it when it comes to content creators, even though I don't watch none of those fucking content creators that they showed up there. At the end of the day, that you know, that's what people gravitate to. A lot of people, especially younger kids, especially younger gamers, gravitate to these people. Oh, this fucking train. Yeah, man, like, that's pretty much, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, man. Like, now I'm just gotta wait for this fucking train to cross, and it ain't going fast. So, yeah, man, I'm about to fucking wait for this train and shit, man. Anyways, this is 186. I'm out, man. Peace.